Grass smokers, what smoking session haunts you to this day? I started smoking grass early in high school. In my junior year I made this stoner friend, Quentin, who was a grade below me. I had smoked dabs with him before, maybe 3 or 4 times before this incident. One hot summer day, he and I planned on smoking. I invited my best friend, Andres, who was never a stoner. In case you don't know about THC dabs, it's a wax substance that you smoke. Typically it gets you higher than THC bud because it's concentrated. Quentin pushes the wax to the middle of the paper and Andres takes the biggest hit, way too big for someone who doesn't normally get intoxicated. She passes it to me and I keep smoking a bit, too. A few minutes go by, and she's not moving or speaking. After about 10 minutes of this, she snaps out of it for a moment, still can't move, and asks for water. I ask Quentin to go grab some and as he's going, he asks me not to call 911. Andres doesn't speak again and she's still unable to move for another 15 to 20 minutes. Eventually she manages to speak again saying she doesn't want to die, she loves me and her family and her cat and her dogs. I called 911. Quentin finally comes back with some water and sees I'm doing this, and ditches us. After what seems like an eternity, the ambulance finally arrives and they take Andres. I'm so gone at this point I can barely tell the cops her mother's name, but they eventually figured it out. I then had to walk home and tell my mom everything, who took my phone so I couldn't contact Andres. I wanted to die, literally. I had absolutely no way of knowing if Andres was okay, let alone alive, and I blamed myself entirely. It wasn't until a little later, during my time of dwelling, that I realized Quentin never smoked any of it with us. I finally get my phone back to talk to Andres, who is doing alright. Turns out it was laced with K.